I would mention that Jameson is not here tonight. He's excused, so it'll just be the six of us going at it. Next, we have a presentation by an Eagle Scout project. Enzo, and I apologize if I goof up your name. Bonomo, is that close enough? Okay, Enzo is going to tell us about his Eagle Scout presentation. And Carl, if you would, Carl's been working on this through the Open Space Greenways. If you could give us a little background before Enzo would come on up. Thank you.
Very briefly, we have reached out to the Boy Scout Troop 1261 on several occasions. They have come through magnificently, and on this project, Enzo was contacted. Chair Bill Stevenson and myself have met with Enzo several times over at his parents' house and discussed the project, gave him a couple of options, see what he'd be interested in, and he came up with the most difficult one and said, I want to tackle that. As my understanding is Enzo is now involved in learning the intricacies of getting licenses, approvals, certifieds from both the Army Corps of Engineers and Eagle, because the site of the project is on a body of water adjacent to or flowing into an international and certainly a state body of water, being the Detroit River. With that being said, Enzo, I'd like to have you introduce the people that you came here with tonight that are supporting you. I think I recognize your father out there and other members here that are support you, and that you could introduce to both the township present and those people at home.
I got my scoutmaster, Mr. Mahan, and then his son Gavin, who's the assistant senior patrol leader, and my father over there, and my grandparents.
Thank you all for coming. So with that, Enzo, is that tall enough for you? We can bring that up.
That should be good.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, get near the mic because it's a little sensitive as far as picking up.
Hi, my name is Enzo Bonomo, and today I'd like to discuss with you my potential Eagle Scout project. So a little bit about me. I've been a scout since first grade, so that's since 2015. I'm the current senior patrol leader of Troop 1261, and I'm also the current den chief of the Cub Scout Troop 1261. I've gotten a couple awards for scouting, the Charles H. Towns Nova Award, the National Outdoor Service Award, and the Den Chief Service Award. And I've also had a very big interest in zoology and conservation. I had a volunteer job at the Toledo Zoo, and so I've always cared about the environment and all that. So what is this project? I'm planning on doing a small platform made along the Thoroughfare Canal. The location will be right off Meridian near Macomb. It'll be a small path will be built to get to the platform, and I've had most of the details and design. I've had help with them from Mans Lumber and Finazzo Construction and many other resources that I've been working on. Here's the planned location of where the deck will be. It'll be a 12 by 12 deck, and as you can see, it's going to be right on the Thoroughfare Canal. Here are some of the construction drawings that is going to have a rough outline of what the deck will actually look like. So what is this for? So Grosse Ile has many native wildlife that we typically don't discuss in our community, as we know, like the deer and stuff. But there's many native species such as the wood duck, river otter, which are super amazing species that live right in our island home. So people get to learn about what actually lives in our Thoroughfare Canal and get to experience more of nature. And it could also be used for potential fishing for local kids or adults who want to fish in the Thoroughfare Canal instead of going off the bridges that say, do not fish there. This will also allow many people from Grosse Ile just to get in touch with nature. So I think it'd be very useful. So about how long it will take, with your approval, hopefully it will be done around July and maybe August if the permits are delayed. I will be fundraising with GoFundMe. Permits are being submitted currently to GI, the county, and Army Corps of Engineers. And I'm going to have people from hopefully the wrestling team, football team, fellow scouts, and maybe NHS students who need hours to help me with the project. And I'm also going to be working with general contractors in my family and other resources to help me build some of the tougher parts of the project. So any questions?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have one question. Enzo, when you had that screen up, can you just tell the people so they know exactly where will be the trail that will get you to this? You said it was off. I know, and from seeing that, I can't really tell. So is this from the bike path to the thoroughfare canal by where the Meridian Bridge is, or is it at a different area?
So it's along right after the Meridian Bridge, and the plan is, I believe, from what I've heard, there's going to be a maintenance road being built along there, so that will make up a majority of the way out there. And after that, I'll be planning on building some kind of small wood chip trail. It's going to be not connected to the bike path, but it'll be across the street.
Joe, it's on the, it's close, let's say around the apartments or the not the gas station, but the apartments. There's that opening that has been cleared that they've used for
West Side Meridian.
West side
That's
Meridian. The opening is there. We thought that'd be a good way to get in there.
Okay.
If you look at the map, if I can break in for a moment, if you look at a map, you have Meridian that is going north, and then there is Lowry that breaks off at a 45. The canal is on the left or the west side. The area that's being used is what was grubbed out to put the lines in for the last portion of the north-south connector along Meridian. So if you step probably about 300 feet south of Lowry and you look over on the left, there is that grubbed out area that was approximately 100 by 300. When we heard that the area was in need or somebody was going to use it to connect all the lines together, Derek had suggested, instead of taking 300 feet across the front of Meridian and tearing it up, why don't we take 100 and put 300 feet back? And then this project was presented to Enzo since it was already cleaned out. And a very easy thing to do. I've walked that with the supervisor and with the manager, and certainly with Enzo and his family. And if you look at it from Lowry, it's going to be just a little bit south and then dead west. There has been some thought of putting in a sign for crossing, so people using the bicycle pedestrian path can do that, and hopefully we'll be able to make it a safe crossing by complying, if it happens, by complying with all of the rules and regulations for crossings of pedestrians on a major artery like that.
Okay. Well, thank all of you for the explanation. Enzo, I just want to make sure the people at home understood exactly how to get to it so they can use that. So,
Of course.
and thank you, Carl and Jim, for
Yeah, thank you for the help on that.
helping that with me, too.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a
Here we
problem.
go.
There.
I don't have a question. It's mostly a thank you, and then more a question for us of what next steps is for us on this one.
Since it's the cost is, we have no cost on this.
Mm-hmm.
So really, if everybody is okay with the location, they can go ahead. We can go ahead and start it.
Do we have to vote on that?
No,
or-
we don't have to. If you'd like to, we can.
Okay.
We can do it either way.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I have one comment, which is I think it's wonderful that right from the outstart you've involved yourself in the permitting process and in working with professional contractors and making sure that you meet all the specifications. Past projects have not we have always had to go back to make sure that they met the very same building codes that anything else in the township had to meet. My second question, though, is you had mentioned, and maybe fishing, would that be allowed? Like, can the township allow fishing on a, do you know how they always have regulations about
and I'm
road
thinking
ends
of
and
it,
so
we
forth?
have no fishing, I believe, at Sunrise Park.
Yeah.
I mean, that
So it's
would be-
within, it would be within the board's power, because it may not would be within the board's power to allow fishing at a site like that.
Yeah, and something that you have to
Yeah.
look at because they're just like everything else.
Yeah.
You have to look at all those liability issues. So,
But I liked
Yeah.
I liked his comment about the kids currently fishing off the bridges, which
Yes.
is lovely Mayberry RFD, but not exactly allowed. And so to have a safe place for kids of all ages to go fishing, I think is a really nice idea. So go for it. This is really thank you.
I'd like to follow with two final comments on this. Number one, from the beginning, Enzo has been encouraged to work with community development, to work with Ross and with Derek on this, and the results have been very, very good. I think I've had one or two phone calls about questions as to who owns this, where do I go next. Enzo has really dug into this. And this is also an example of a family coming together and putting their money where their mouth is, because as I understand, you've got $300 worth of your family finances into the permitting process. And that's with applications for Eagle, Army Corps, all of the necessary entities. So again, advancing that. This is not going to be a cheap project. It's going to be a lot of work. But thank you. Thank you.
And I will ask again: Is everybody okay with the site and going ahead?
Yes.
Okay. Then I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enzo, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
One more